We thank our Vice Chancellor, who always appreciate you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would do a little bit of alterations to our program. The speech of the chairman, who is the governor of your state, our own visitor, cannot be taken immediately, but I want to bring to the high table the CEO of Airtel Nigeria Limited, the regional director, Dr. Lautech. Please come to the high table, sir. You are welcome, sir. Ushers, please show him to the high table. Show him to his seat on the high table. And on that note, we will take a few of our goodwill messages. I'm going to start by calling on the Director of Research and Development at TED Fund, Dr. Saliu Bakri, to give his goodwill address. Dr. Bakri, sir.
Thank you. The visitor of Lautech, His Excellency Engineer Challene, the Governor of Oyo, ably represented, the Acting Vice Chancellor of this great university, ably represented by the chairman or chairperson, I don't know whether it's chairman or chairperson, or chair, by the chair of Deans and Committee of Deans and Provosts, who also doubles as Dean, the Registrar and Secretary of Council, sir, other members of the other principal officers of this university, the Director of LAUCRID, my brother Professor Taufik Adedeshu, other distinguished academic luminaries, the deans and directors, chairs, senior academics, fellow students, the representatives of private sector, especially Airtel and is it Fintech, fellow participants. It is my singular honor and privilege to stand before you on behalf of the Executive Secretary of TETFAN, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, FAS. First, to thank you most sincerely for the honor, for extending your invitation to TETFAN. The Executive Secretary would have loved to be here personally. Unfortunately, as of yesterday, he was on his way to the United Kingdom for yet another official assignment. And from there, I hope we'll meet him in New York for another assignment. So this is the main reason why he's not here. But the program, the event of today, aptly describes his vision for TETFAN and for higher institutions in Nigeria. For TETFAN, under the leadership of Professor Elias Bogoro, the aim is to reposition tertiary institutions to play the role they ought to play in the world economy. In other words, Nigeria cannot move forward unless and until we reposition tertiary institutions in Nigeria to carry out cutting-edge research, problem-solving research, and until we are able to ensure that knowledge drives the economy of Nigeria. where we are today is pitiful, because anytime you ask what we have in Nigeria, people to resort to our natural resources such as oil and other mineral resources, forgetting that the key resource anywhere in the world is human resource. What we know is much more important than what we have. That is the in thing. All countries in the world that have developed the first world, the United States of this world, the China, the United Kingdom, Singapore, South Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, most of those countries that have developed today, they developed not because of the resources, not because of their natural resources, but because they are able to invest in research and development. Invest in research, you lead the world. Forget research, forget about leading the world, you trail. Thus, what Lautech is doing today is apt and is the only way out for Nigeria's economy. I would like to assure you that of all the universities in Nigeria that is striving to meet up with the vision of TETFund, Lautech is in the leading role, especially in the area of research and development and innovation. TETFund, since the inception, in fact, since the coming on board of Professor Bogoro, has been investing more money in research than in any other time. In 2019, we've set aside the sum of 5 billion naira for National Research Fund. And in 2020, this amount has been increased to 7.5 billion naira. In 2021, this amount has again been increased to 8.5 billion naira. In other words, every year, more money is being invested in research and development at TETFund for the benefit of tertiary institutions and for the benefit of academics of Nigerian universities. This year, we are introducing what we call mega research. Under NRF, the ceiling is 50 million naira per research grant. But in 2021, we are introducing a mega research of up to 250 million naira to be accessed by research institutes and in collaboration with universities, so that we are able to solve key economic, technological problems confronting Nigeria that can only be sorted through research and development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm also happy to say that under the institution-based research, that's the IBR, since 2019, we have increased allocation for institutions by at least 400%. That is from a mere 10 million to up to 50 million naira per institution per annum. This is also available for academics to conduct basic research and to train young academics to come up with different research proposals so that they undertake basic research and they are trained by more senior academics, because we all know that the basic universities before TETFund had a problem of accessing research grants or even having research grants. Today, TETFund is the largest holder of research grants in Nigeria, and we hope to continue on this direction. We may be aware too that TETFund is now providing additional training in the United Kingdom, United States, and Germany for academics to be trained on how to write fundable research proposals so that they are able to compete with their colleagues and counterparts all over the world. In 2018 and 2019, TED Fund has been able to spend almost 4 billion naira in this regard. And this year, we have already committed the sum of 1.96 billion naira to train 380 academics on research grant writing proposals. That's for 2020. And in 2021, we are still committing additional 1.9 billion naira for the same purpose. I've listened to the Vice Chancellor yesterday, and I've also listened to the representative of the VC this morning and the director of LAUCRID. I would like to assure you that as Director of Research and Development at TED Fund and Centers of Excellence, I will do whatever that I can to ensure that LAUCRID gets what you want to get. I'm very much impressed with what I've seen. I've been following up with the trends in Lautech. Professor Taufik Adedosu has been an excellent ambassador for Lautech, and he has helped to win the hearts and minds of TED Fund. We are here to support you, and I assure you that we are going to give you the maximum support we will ever give to any institution in Nigeria. The distinguished visitors, sir, the Vice Chancellor ably represented, my fellow colleagues in the university will be behind you, TED Fund will be beside you, and TED Fund will always be with you. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
We thank you, Dr. Bakri. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you were not there yesterday. He made some promises which he is going to keep on behalf of TED Fund. And yesterday, the Vice Chancellor admitted him into the honorary membership of Lautech. So I'm sure I will follow up on our behalf. At this point, let me quickly recognize the presence of the immediate past chairman of the Committee of Provost and Deans of this university, Professor Abiodun Oladipo. Please be upstanding for recognition, sir. I'd also like to seize that opportunity to announce the presence of the past chairman of Ogbomoso chapter of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Professor Naomi. Please be upstanding for recognition. We also have in our midst the past chairman to pre-degree science program of this institution, Professor Mary Oladipo. Please be upstanding for recognition. And last but not the least, former Deputy Dean of Engineering and Technology, Professor Hakim Aide Rahim. Please be upstanding for recognition. Distinguished members of the high table, let me invite to the podium for his own goodwill message the Regional Director, Airtel Nigeria Limited, Mr. Joshua Donalsho.
Good morning, everyone. Since I have a very little time to speak, I will just request to stand on all existing protocols. First and foremost, it's a thing of great joy and pride to be invited to attend an event like this, because it goes a long way to show that the quality of education in Nigeria is actually beginning to improve. So I say a big thank you to Lautech, and thank you to all of you students. I've gone through the brochure and looking at the inventions and the designs that have been made by your students. It goes to show that, first and foremost, Lautech as a school is bringing up her students to understand what the society has. And the basic need for education is to use your knowledge to solve societal problems. Now, the beauty about this is that In today's very connected world, world-class voice and data communications are a must. And I dare say it's gone beyond being a must to being almost becoming a basic necessity for everyone that is alive. Being able to talk and be heard, being able to connect to the internet, to use applications, to browse or do any of the things you want to do, it's now becoming a basic human need, no longer a necessity. And I make bold to say that this is one of the things Airtel stands for. We are committed to ensuring that in all the places we have operations, we will do our best to provide world-class voice and data services for everyone wherever you are in this country. And more importantly, the campuses are a great focus for me personally. I commit to you that we will do everything to ensure that the network on your campus is taken to the best level of standard we can attain. And not just because so that you can browse and make calls properly when you're in school, we will extend the same hand of friendship to the different clusters where the students live off campus. This is the kind of commitment Airtel carries. We are committed to partner with the youth of today to ensure that tomorrow is a lot better than today is. So congratulations to everyone, to your teachers, to the lecturers, to the professors. Thank you for the great service you are doing. And even to you, the students, thank you for investing your time in a very laudable adventure. And I wish you all the best and God's blessings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We would like to take the goodwill message from Food Bank Nigeria Limited, and we are inviting Mr. Damola Oloba to deliver that address.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to stand on the existing protocol. So it's a pleasure to be in our midst today for Lautech's maiden edition of the Lautech Innovation Challenge. I would like to start with the foodbank.ng story. I'm an alumnus of Lautech University of Technology. And I graduated from pure and applied chemistry. So I am pleased and happy to be back home. So I'll start with the food bank story. October 2020, during the lockdown, we saw that a lot of people were getting shot. Some were trampled upon at warehouse across the nation. Some people were so hungry that they began to loot palliatives. Even an interesting part of it is that an NSCDC official was in uniform and he was looting palliatives with hungry Nigerians. So when I saw that news on BBC, it struck a chord in me and I felt that there's a need to solve a problem. So I sat back and I feel that how can we leverage technology to solve our problem? And that is how I started foodbank.ng. Thank you. So foodbank.ng is a social impact startup that allows hungry and vulnerable households to get food items and conveniently pay later. So we started the business, and in 3 months, the first quarter of our business, we were able to distribute about $15,000 worth of food items to about 2,000 hungry households in Nigeria. So some of these things that we did attracted the attention of the US government. So we are one of the finalists for the USAID Nigeria Food Security Challenge. Then incidentally, we attracted the attention of the UK government too, and we, amongst about 750 applicants, we made the top 10 list of startups that were accepted into the UK government's iNovo Accelerator program. And it would interest you to know that out of the 10 startups, the second startup is a founder from Lautech too, Challene. So it shows that the products of Lautech are out there and we are doing exploits. And that is the reason why I came here to come and charge you guys that there's a lot more that needs to be done. I've gone through the startups. I've gone through the startups that are in this document, and I would say that Lautech indeed is doing wonderfully well. So I just want to implore everybody seated here that innovation comes from exploration. I would want you guys to think about problems that you want to solve. Think about anything in your society that you think it's not going fine that you want to solve. And as an alumnus of this great institution, we've decided to partner with LAUCRID so that we can bring to life every of these ideas that are inherent in every one of us. So from foodbank.ng, we would be 100% supporting every startup, every tech founders that is coming from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. And I'll try as much as possible to make sure that every other established tech founders or startup founders or entrepreneurs that have graduated from this university have a sort of partnership with everybody that wants to go or toe that line. All right, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. I am happy that he's been able to demonstrate to you, especially outsiders, that Lautech is actually a renowned problem solver. The moment food is taking off your problems, I'm sure we are all home. Thank you, Mr. Laupa. We would like to take just one more goodwill message, and that is coming from the president of Lautech Alumni Association. It will be delivered by the by the chairman of the home chapter of Lautech Alumni Association, who doubles as the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Azim Ige. Please come and give your goodwill message.
Good morning, all. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Chairperson Committee of Provosts and Deans, the Executive Governor of your state. I'm sorry about that mix-up. The governor is supposed to come first. The Executive Governor of your state, represented by the chairman of governing council, who is also represented by a member of governing council, Dr. Olakuleyin. The registrar of the university, Dr. K.A. Ogunleye. The representative of Tech Fund Director, the chairman or the director, LAUCRID, Lautech Ogbomoso, Food Bank CEO, Airtel Regional Manager, greatest Nigeria students, greatest of the greatest Nigerian students, all other protocols duly and well observed. Well, let me first congratulate myself. I want to congratulate myself because we are celebrating our students. I am not surprised because Lautech, Atola University of Technology students have always been in the forefront of solving problems in Nigeria, in Lautech also. Because students of this university have participated in several programs, in several challenges, and they have always been coming first, excelling in so many of these programs. Let me say one or two programs that they have won. Hot Prize, I think about 3 years ago, Lautech participated in Hot Prize and they won, they came first in Nigeria. Also, there was this hackathon program organized by Oyo State government about 2 or 3 years ago as well. Lautech came first too. There are other competitions that Lautech has always been in the forefront. They have always taken the lead position. In this light, I want to encourage other students of the university. The management of the university, they welcome innovative students. I have been receiving proposals, sending to the management, and they have been giving it express approval via LAUCRID. Professor Adedoshu have been a very good director, very good friend of the university. We have been working together perfectly well, and I want to believe that he will continue to maintain the speed at which he is moving now. Also, the Global Alumni President has also directed me to tell all students that whatever program, whatever innovation they want to bring up, that Alumni Association will always be ready to sponsor such. You also remember that in that spirit, the Alumni Association has been supporting the university, supporting the students of the university. Not quite long, during the last semester examination, we rolled out scholarships for about 40 indigent students, which enabled them to participate in the semester examination. Without wasting much of our time, I want to believe that majority of students that are still not yet waking up to join the train, we now know that they are in the university whereby their God-given talents will be easily expressed. So thank you very much and God bless.
We thank our proud Professor Ige for rolling out very few achievements of our products. I was surprised that he was talking about last year or 3 years ago when Lautech students, as at Sunday, was he announced as having won an international scholarship to Challene. And on that note, I would want to inform us that it is time for us to parade some of our students and the very excellent things, innovations that they are embarking on. It is on that note that I will go to invite them to take care of that aspect that has to do with presentation of applications and prototypes by innovators. I'll call on the person who is speaking to us on library to come forward to kickstart this aspect of this program. So if you are the person, please come up so that you can take us through the video clips.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, my name is Abraham Udunaya from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, 500 level, and I'm here to present to you the automated noise detector and control device in the library. Please, next slide. The next one. So, why were libraries created? Firstly, libraries were created in order to collect knowledge, also to learn from the amassed knowledge, and lastly, to improve lives. But in our 21st century libraries, we understand that there is always a failure of maintaining the noise level, the accepted noise level. And it is not easy for just one person, a librarian, to maintain the noise level of over 200 persons in a library. So we decided to come up with a device that would constantly, next slide please, the next one, that will constantly listen to the noise level of the library and also to alert the librarian whenever the noise level is beyond the average. And the accepted noise level of a library is 45 decibel. So we come up with this device, which is comprised of the electric microphone, the NRF transceiver, and the Bluetooth module. The first one is the Arduino Uno microcontroller. So every of these components joined together would give us a wireless connection, wireless sensor that would transmit the noise level from each table to the librarian's table. Please, next slide. So this is what happens when a student sits on a table and it makes noise. The device will detect the noise and also send it to the librarian's table. Once the noise is beyond the normal level, it beeps the librarian, and the librarian would notify that your noise level is high. Your noise level is high. The next slide, please. So we go to the app part of it. It is not working, but there is also an app part of it that would be on the librarian's Android phone, and this is the first part of the app. Then the librarian connects through the Bluetooth connection, and whenever the noise level is below the normal level, it shows this first one. Then when it is beyond the normal level, it shows the second one, and it alerts the librarian wherever the librarian is wirelessly. So next slide. So this device is not only restricted to the library. A few years ago, the Federation of Nigeria rolled out a law against noise pollution, and in residences you are expected to have a noise level of 55 decibel during the day and 45 decibel in the night. Also in commercial places, you are expected to have the noise level of 70 decibel in the day, and for industrial areas you are expected to have 90 decibel. I believe you heard of the story or the news where churches and mosques were shut down because they went beyond the noise level. So this device could be integrated into mosques, into commercial institutions, into churches and industrial areas, And why are we integrating it into those places? Is so that they'll be able to monitor their noise level. And in so doing, we won't have so much news of places being shut down concerning noise pollution. The next slide. Okay, and that is all from my hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Odunaya Abraham. Can we have Mr. Adegoke Adukoyu speak to us on the fishery slides? Mr. Koyum Adegoke.
The Executive Governor of Oyo State, ably represented. The Acting Vice Chancellor of Lautech, also ably represented. Director of Lautech Center for Research, Innovation and Development. My name is Abdukoyim Adigoke. I'm a 300 level student of Electrical Engineering. I would like to also introduce my team members. Can you please come forward?
Ayedun Rashid Babatunde from the Department of Electronics Electrical Engineering, 400 level.
I'm Adepo Jugundi Tala Lalikon, Electronics Electrical Engineering, 400 level.
Earlier in May, we all students of Lautech received a mail from the director of LAUCRID, Professor T. Adedoshu. In his mail, he calls for all students to submit innovative ideas. As an electronic enthusiast who use both practical and theoretical knowledge of engineering to solve problems, we directed our focus towards automating fish farming.